गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्तेव सदृशिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमिधे वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि। वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयः। कंटिन्यू रीडिंग। निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चिद्धनाय महेशाय वटमूलनिवासिने सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। So, we are at the third verse. Chitram vatataror mule vruddha shishya gurur yuva. Chitram, it is the picture that is presented, what is going on, or it can be, the chitram can be taken up as that it is amazing, it's to see. What is that? Vatataror mule, at the root of the tree, Shishya, Vruddha Shishya, elderly students are there, Shishya, and young teacher is there, and that teacher, Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyanam, and he is, and the teaching by the Guru is taking place in silence, and as a result, what is happening? Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyanam, no communication, only silence communication, and yet, this is the amazing part. First amazing was, teacher is young, students are elderly. Second amazing is, he is teaching in silence. And the third amazing part is that with this happening, yet all the doubts of the students are being cleared. Removed, not even clarified, removed. Chinna sanshaya. Chinna means finished, annihilated. See, while I was going for a walk, another thought came. I don't know if some of you who have studied Bhagavad Gita, or I was telling you before, Urdhva Moola Madashakam Ashwatham Prahuravyayam. In the previous verse, in the beginning, I told you, it is the upside down tree, remember? That is the tree of life, whose roots are upwards, the trunk, then branches, then leaves, then flowers are hanging, then fruits. Now, where is this tree? Is this tree outside? Can you find this tree outside in the world anywhere? Then where is this tree? Huh? Inside where? Where in the mind? How? How will you find it? Where is the root in the mind? Where is the trunk in the mind? Where is the branch in the mind? So are we looking at a picture in the mind, an imagination?
Human
Or
Human anatomy.
how?
There is roots. And
Similar.
branches are all parts of the body.
Good. मेरी माँ है वहीं से कुछ न कुछ तो जेनेटिकली ट्रांसफर हुआ होगा।
बहुत कुछ
नहीं, बहुत कुछ नहीं, बहुत कुछ नहीं, थोड़ा बहुत हुआ, बाकी का गुरु से मिला, बाकी का गुरु से मिला। पर एनीवे, दैट्स नॉट द टॉपिक। तो ऊर्ध्व मूल, this tree of life which is expressing through this body, where is the roots? The roots are the tree is always nourished from the roots. You can't water the leaves and the branches and expect the tree to be green and nourished. So where do you put the water? In the roots. And where are so if our life is continuing, it is continuously nourished. We are seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, waking, dreaming, sleeping. All this is going on. Where is the nourishment of life coming from? Where is the energy coming from? Consciousness. So this tree of life is connected to consciousness. Then it comes down. Where is the consciousness? This is all technical. It's about, this is the Bara Ungal, 12 fingers away from the Sahasrar, is where the absolute, they say it's the absolute. It's not a location. But from this point of view, from this body point of view, then the branches, it starts spreading. That is the trunk, then the branches. The branches come inside the head, all the thoughts, the ideas, the imaginations, if you want to look at it at a very physicality level, as it comes down, you come down the spine, all the tentacles of the nerves, first is the brain, all the what do you call? Neurons. These are neurons which are spread in the eye. Neurons. Okay, whatever. Okay. Then neurons, and then it goes down the spine. Then at everywhere there are more tentacles coming out. Those are the branches all the way down. So the tree is growing down, and as you come down, you become very physical. As you move up, you become subtle, then you become causal, and then when you are here at the head level, then you are Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, that is when you have transcended from the lowest part, transcended the heart part, transcended the throat, transcended the Agya Chakra, then you come to, that's the Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. So all these are the tentacles, these are all the branches, leaves, etc., 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 which are present. It's a physicality level. Yes, someone said this whole body is only an idea in the mind. But That idea also, the tree is upside down, the life is expressing, all the thoughts are your leaves, if you can put it that way. Huh? All the convictions are your branches. And what are they rooted to? The trunk. And where the trunk is getting the nourishment, it is getting it from the roots. Now you decide. You want to get nourishment from the objective world, or you want to get nourishment from the source. This is where we are at the moment, isn't it? So where are you searching satisfaction from? From the world. Cow, pio, tea, coffee, biscuit. And where is the true nourishment coming from for this life? It is coming from the source, which we are oblivious to. See? So this whole picture which is given here, in even the first verse or in this verse, or the previous verses also, it is all, if you look at it within yourself, what you are at this moment, this is exactly what is happening. The self is within, the Muni Kumaras are elderly, they have exhausted their search in the outside world, they have come to the teacher after exhaustion, and they are available to the teacher who is sitting in silence. Atma is always sitting in silence. It is in Chin Mudra, meaning that it is ever contemplative of its own self, or it's abiding in its own self. Who? The self, the consciousness. And what are we considering ourselves to be as consciousness? I am a father, or I am a mother, or I am a sister, or I am a this one, or body, or mind, or intellect. कुछ ना कुछ हमने अपने आप को बना लिया है. But actually, who are we? The pure consciousness. So these students, they got exhausted, they are elderly, and this is all amazing. It's wonderful. Ashcharyavat pashyati. It's a wonderful vision to be seen. What is that? A young student is teaching, a young teacher is teaching, and elderly. Some people are elderly by age. Some people are elderly by wisdom. Both ways it is possible. Some are emotionally matured. Some are physically matured. Some are intellectually matured. See? Some people have exhausted their inquiry and still they could not come to the conclusion. So they have come there. See? This is the point of exhaustion. Then you become available to the one within. And this is the most amazing thing. And when they came to the teacher, what did the teacher do? He just sat in silence. Gorostu maunam vyakhyanam. He is teaching through silence. It came in the first verse also. Mauna vyakhyat prakatita parabrahma tattvam yuvanam. Same thing is being repeated. Because it's so amazing thing that teaching is taking place, nothing is being spoken, yet the communication is taking place, yet all the shishyastu chinna sanshaya, and all the doubts of the student are cut once and for all, not temporarily, once and for all. How? Merely sitting in front. A very simple example at a very physical level. You eat food, your hunger is gone. It is temporary, isn't it? But it happens. We are just looking at the principle. You eat food, your hunger is satiated. You come to heat, 20 degrees. Cold, you don't have to remove the cold. Automatically the cold goes. You don't have to remove the desire of hunger. You eat the food, hunger automatically goes away. Isn't it? You go to sleep, automatically the waking goes away. Understand? You come in the presence of the teacher, this young teacher, Dakshina Murthy, automatically all the doubts, all the confusion, all the loose ends completely vanish once and for all. Did you do anything? No. Then what took place? The only doing was that you became available to the teacher. This is the amazing part. Chitram. Chitram means either you can take it as a picture in your mind or you can take it as amazing. It's the wonderfulness. It's the most wondrous thing that is taking place. See? Chitram vatatarormule vrishuddha shishya gurur yuva gurostu maunam vyakhyanam shishyastu chinna samshaya. So with that, where are we? We have already Guru Yuva. Guru we have explained, Yuva we have explained, all these Maunam Vyakhyanam we have already explained, so there is nothing new to add. Therefore, so we keep moving ahead, so you feel you have completed something in the retreat. Otherwise, huh? So all these different that they are sitting under a tree, all the various the young student, students and young teacher, and he's teaching in silence, and yet all the doubts are getting removed. This is the wonderful. This is the amazing amazement. This is the chitram that is being expressed, that is being shown to us, and continuing. Here it says what? Where are we? There is a lot of explanation. We go to the next verse. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye. Om Namah. There is another verse. Why didn't I? Why did I not look at it? Okay, I will follow this. Nidhaye sarva vidyanam vishaje bhavaroginam gurave sarva lokanam Dakshina Murthy Namaha. Where is that verse gone in this? What happened? Here it is. So here what does he say? He says, Nidhaye sarva vidyanam vishaje bhavaroginam. Nidhaye means treasure. Nidhi means treasure. I know one Nidhi who she's living in, two Nidhis I know. One is living in America. She used to come to my classes. And other Nidhi is someone's wife. So he married the treasure. So Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam. So our salutations to this Dakshina Murthy, who is the treasure of our Sarva Vidyanam, all the knowledge. What is all the knowledge? There are, if you want to look at it, there are 64 knowledges which one can become master of this world. What? Just few. There is language, there is physics, chemistry, mathematics, Jyotish, Ayurveda, music, dancing, astrology, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Carpentry, shoemaking, farming, taking care of, so many things are there. But main, I don't know which one are the 4, maybe I have mentioned a few, but others may not be a part of that. But we know there are many, many things to learn in this world, and we find ourselves, one lifetime is short to learn and study and learn everything and become expert at it. Plumbing, Australia आओ तो plumbing सीखनी पड़ती है, gardening सीखनी पड़ती है. You have to learn how to mow the lawn, otherwise fine. My neighbor got $2,000 fine. Because he bought it, he didn't construct, and he was doing his own thing, and all the grass was up. Council came, must have put the letter in the letterbox, didn't get it. Yeah, $2,000, $2,200 fine, twice.
Not getting the lawn, the council.
All the grass was about that big. So you have to learn how to mow the lawn. Huh? But he made it up. He didn't mind spending 4,000 because he built the house and sold it for almost 1.8 million. उसका सारा खर्चा निकल गया. 4,000 is nothing for such people. और अपने को यार लगे रहो. हच्चू लगे रहो. So Nidhi Sarva Vidyanam. Narad Muni, those who are from those who you know Narad? You have never heard of Narad? Martha? You have heard of Narad? You have heard of it. Okay. Narad Muni is a great devotee of the Lord. And he went and learnt everywhere. He is the younger brother of these four. Who is this four? Sanat. Sanat Kumar, Sanandan and Sanat Sujatiya. His younger brother. He is also born from the Creator. And he also was created so that he can expand the creation. He also became a sannyasi. He also became a sannyasi. The four also became sannyasi. They were not interested. He also became a sannyasi. And he went around everywhere and he also gathered all the knowledge, became proficient in all the knowledge. And one day, after getting exhausted with all the knowledge, still heart was empty, heart was still not satisfied, discontentment, all the knowledge of everything, meaning jack of all trades, but mastery has not happened. Mastery over what? Mastery over the mind has not taken place. That can only come about when you merge into your essential nature. So this Narad Muni came to his four brothers. He said, and the moment he came, hey, what is disturbing you? They are already realized. So they saw their brother, a sadhu, a saint, is compassionate by nature. He can't see a troubled person. What's troubling you? He says, I don't know, I'm feeling discontent. Yeah, we know. Hey, you know? How come you know? Yeah. Because they have gone through that. They have gone through that. Oh, so what is the solution for this? He says, you have to fall in love. Have you fallen in love? Have you had a heartbreak? Or have you fallen in love? He says, no. So what was the knowledge? All intellectual. So that intellectual knowledge was keeping him incomplete because integration has not taken place. Integration is when head and the heart come together. And then they initiate him into, they said, whom should I fall in love? Who is worthy of falling in love? There is only one who is our source, not their father. He doesn't say, go to Brahmaji, the creator. He says, no. He is also temporary. The father is temporary. Then who should go to Narayana, the Ishvara? You contemplate on him. How do I contemplate on him? Then he gives Om Namo Narayanaya. And he starts. And he becomes he is the greatest devotee of the Lord. This is the devotion part. And he has. So the Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankar, they were the four Sanat Kumaras. This mind is the wavering mind. It is that capacity, not wavering, this is that capacity of the mind which can go anywhere, but at a moment's notice, it can come back to the abode, which is the Lord's abode. It can come back to its feet. And it is not disturbed when it is moving around in the world. Narad Muni is moving around in the world everywhere. He doesn't continuously stay with the infinite. Because his nature is, what is his nature? He has been given a curse. What is that? you will keep moving everywhere. So he is never stable in one place. Who is not stable in us? Our mind is not stable, isn't it? But Narad Muni is continuously moving from one place to the other. Intuitively he is going everywhere. But he never forgets the Lord. Are we in that state? He was not in that state. When he was initiated by his brothers, he started chanting, he became adept at it. See? That is what Narad is. So, here when we, what I was explaining is Sarva Vidyanam. Once he fell in love with the absolute source, there was all some Chinna Sarva Sanshaya, all his doubt, all his arrogance that I am a master of all the knowledge, it was gone. See? Just to make the story, make it light, once Narad Muni went to Lord and he said, Lord, I got a doubt. He says, man, everything was fine. What happened suddenly? But mind is like that sometimes. Sometimes we are very good at everything. Sometimes while cooking, suddenly doubt comes. How much did I put salt or I did not put salt? So, हो जाता है कभी कभी. You are expert. But still it happens. So same way, he had a doubt. He says, what? What is your doubt? He says, I want to know what your Maya is. I want to know what your Maya is. Maya is his Shakti. Maya is the Trigunatmika Shakti. He says, what will you do by knowing your Maya? But now the devotee has asked, Lord has to... He says, okay, we will see. He doesn't give him a confirmative answer. He says, we'll see. He says, goes. While he is going, because he cannot stay in one place, he is going. And while he is traveling in the world, suddenly he comes up a kingdom. The moment the king sees him, he says, oh, you have come at such an auspicious moment. Our life is made. What is the auspicious? My daughter is getting married. And please come and give blessings to my daughter. He says, of course. He's a sage. He goes, and the daughter of the king comes, and Naradji falls in love with the daughter only. Realize, master, a great devotee. He wants to marry the daughter of the king. But he can't say also that I want to marry. And now how to do it? So he gives her blessings. May you get the best husband who is like the Lord himself and who is a great devotee of the Lord. He's thinking about himself. Who is one with the Lord. And all the qualities that he has, he tells her that may your husband be like that. And to get that, and who looks like Lord. For that, after giving blessings, he again goes to Vaikunth, to the Lord. He says, please give me your form. Give me the form of Hari. Hari also means monkey. Okay. So on one hand, Hari means the Lord Narayana, and another meaning of it is monkey. So Bhagavan Tadastu, devotee's wish, he comes back, and Swayamvar is taking place where the girl chooses the husband. All the kings are there, everyone is there. He is also standing there. And everyone is smiling at him. He doesn't know why they are smiling. And then the girl comes, she's looking, he has given her blessings, she can't find all the qualities in other kings. She finds those qualities intuitively in Naradji, but every time she comes, he's expectantly waiting. Now the garland will come around his neck, and he goes forward, and she smiles at him, passes him. He runs from here, again he goes and stands in front of the queue. In front of the queue. Again she comes, he looks at him, and she's very admiring, but the face is, she doesn't know, he doesn't know that he's looking like that. Looks at him, smiles, and again, this happens 2, 3, 4 times. He's wondering what is going on, why I am the most eligible bachelor here. He's the bachelor, I am the most eligible bachelor. I have got the 64 vidyas, I am a great devotee of the Lord, and Lord has given me his form also. Then what is lacking in me and in me that this girl is not selecting me as her husband? And at that moment, when it has come to the climax, the Lord comes in the human form, and the moment she looks at him, she goes and she puts the garland around him, and he becomes angry. How come he is also? Lord, you said you will not come, that you gave me your form. He said, you asked me, make me like Hari. I made you like Hari. You didn't specify. And he looked at his reflection and he became angry with the Lord. And he cursed the Lord that time. And that is why Ramchandra ji had to lose Sita ji. The Sita was abducted, that you will feel the pain of separation. See, here, in spite of having, and what was his question? Please show me your Maya. Then the Lord tells him, see, all this happened because you asked me one question. Remember what was your question? You want to see my Maya. Have you experienced it yet? But he had already cursed by then. But that is also the will of the Lord only. But drama has to continue. So neither Lord was affected by the curse, nor Narad ji is feeling guilty because of the curse. It happened in that moment. What is our situation? We say something and we feel guilty, we keep hanging on to what has happened. We are never in the present moment. And this hanging on brings about rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. Because we create an impression. We become locked in, to those memories. Instead, what you do? You come in front of the Lord, Dakshina Murthy, make your mind and intellect come in the presence of the silence and allow everything to be melted away, dissolved away, and then there is no birth. And that's what it was told before. Janma marana dukkha cheda yada dukkha chedam. So that is what happens. You are free from the birth, the cycle of birth and death. So same way here, with nidhaye sarva vidyanam bhishaje bhavaroginam. So he is the Dakshina Murthy, he is the treasure house of all the knowledges. The space is the treasure house of the entire universe. Without space, every aspect of the creation is existing in space, isn't it? The gold is the treasure house of all the ornaments. The water is the treasure house of all the oceans and waves. In that sense, Dakshina Murthy, who is the conscious silence within, is the treasure house of all the knowledges. Where do we search the knowledges? Outside, in the book. Enough. Why? You got old now. Enough. How did our rishis discover all the knowledge? Did they discover it from outside? No. What is modern science doing? It is only trying to discover from the outside. Therefore, one medicine they make today, 5 years later, it's already obsolete. They have to find a new one, a new dose, a new strain, a new potency. Whereas, if you go to Ayurveda, what medicine was there 5,000 years ago what Charaka Samhita is written, it's same medicine, same concoction is still being practiced. Same. What? 5,000 years ago? Yes, it is still the same. Whereas modern science continuously experimenting on us. So they are, but they can never, as long as the search is outside, it will never lead to a solution. Then is that Ayurvedic medicine not, no, it is not from outside. How did it come? It was a revelation. It was a revelation. How did Ayurveda doctors or yogis, how did they discover the medicine? They used to sit and contemplate on a particular jadi booty. Jadi booty means some leaf or root or branch or twig or whatever, and then meditate. And they used to do sanyama. Sanyama means dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Remain focused on that particular plant. And the plant, once you have become one with the plant will reveal all its secret. Plant will reveal it. Because what was your intention? I want to know the secret of the plant. I want to know how much dose, how much, in what manner to be used, time, this, that, all this quality, everything. This was the revelation. So Ayurveda is not man-made. Ayurveda is a revelation. Vedas are revelation. Upavedas, there are 6 of them. They are also revelation. So Ayurveda is not man-made. People talk about it that way, but it is not. It's a revelation. Just like Vishwamitra was contemplating and Gayatri Mantra came to him. It came out of him. So did we say he is the drashta of the Gayatri Mantra? Drashta means what? He is the one to whom the Gayatri Mantra revealed itself. He was the instrument through whom it came out. But did he think about Gayatri Mantra? No. All he wanted to do was help the world. And he wanted to be instrumental in it. How, when, where, in which manner, he did not know. But his love for the whole humanity was there. And that expressed as, at the appropriate time when he was doing the tapasya, it appeared as Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Revelation. Ayurveda is a revelation. Jyotish Shastra is a revelation. The knowledge of how did they discover the distances between the sun and the moon and the sun and the planet, how many universes are there, is the earth round? There were no planes that time. How did they discover earth is not flat? How did they discover how many planets are there? That is our Jyotish Shastra, Panchang. For thousands of years, the Panchang is there. It is already taking into consideration all the planets. All the nakshatras are already. Nakshatras, the various galaxies which affect our world. Which world? Earth, moon, and the sun. This is our world. How does it affect? Who is Sage Vashishta? And they gave it the name. Sage Vashishta, Sage Bhardwaj. Vashishta is one of the stars. And all those, that's a different science, but all that was a revelation. And that which is accessed outside is within also. So we're not going to go into that. Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam. He is the source of all knowledge. He is the treasure of all knowledge. If you go with the focus of wanting to know something towards and sit in front of Dakshina Murthy, you will get that. Even if you don't want final consummation, you don't want realization, but you want something, it will come. And not only that, but also at the physical level, Bhishaje Bhava Roginam. He is the remover of all disease. What is the disease? Yes, we understand physical disease. We understand mental disease. But what is the biggest disease? The biggest disease is that I am this individuality, that this world was there before I was born, and this world will be continue after I die. This is the big problem. Huh?
The world wasn't there in the first place.
What do they say in the parliament? Yeah, no? Yeah? Very good. World was not there in the first place.
I don't know whether that's the appropriate answer or not.
No, it was not an answer, it was a statement. So, what is Bhavaroginam? All the bhajans and all the Bhavasagar se par kareo, Ananta Sansara Samudratara, Naukayitabhyam, Bhavamuktidabhyam, Ananta Samsara. This world, this changing world is Ananta, it's infinite, it's beginningless. We don't know when it started. When did the first life begin? We don't know. Ananta, beginningless. Ananta Samsara, that which is continuously changing. Samudra, it is a huge ocean. And we want to cross this ocean of samsara. And we take the boat of devotion. And what is that boat of devotion? We come in the presence of our teacher, Dakshinamurti. By merely coming in the presence of Dakshinamurti, all the disease, this is psychological, the psychological disease, the wrong identity. What did Arjuna do when he was in, when he had a wrong identity? The smiling teacher was standing in front of him, he asked the question. You think if you chant Bhagavad Gita nicely, slowly, or at a normal speaking level, it will take at least 3 hours to chant the whole Bhagavad Gita. Maybe more. 3 hours it takes when you chant fast. So you think in the middle of the battlefield, when the war was about to begin, and all of them are waiting to shoot the arrow, and here Bhagavad Gita is going on. But it yet happened, no? That Lord has everything. He must have stopped the time. But he asked. Why did he ask? Because he was smiling. And that made Arjuna think that he knows something more that I don't know. He became available. When he became available, answers came depending upon where his attention was. When his attention was on a body, first the karma yoga, the karma sannyasa, the first 3-4 chapters came. Then when he raised himself a little bit, then Dhyana Yoga came. When he wanted to understand how this whole total thing is working, then the devotion part came. Then he wanted to understand himself. If I am all that there is, I am the one who is experiencing all this. So is what I am experiencing more important, or the one who is experiencing more? Experiencer is more. So Krishna said, experience is more. Then who is he? Then the knowledge part came. And what happened after that? He did not take sannyas. He did not renounce the war. He began with, I don't want to fight the war. And he gave all the right reasons, which a common man will think is the right reasons. But at the end of the war, what did he say? That all my doubts are cleared. Now I will do what you command. And what Krishna says, I don't have any command. You do what is required. It will automatically express. Hunger automatically expresses when the body needs food. Sleep automatically comes when you get tired. See? The eyes blink. You can't forcefully keep them open. Even a point will come, they're lubricating themselves. See? So many actions, when I'm using my hand, when I'm doing this, or or I'm changing my position. It is automatic. I'm not even aware. It requires that adjustment. So just like that, breath is happening by itself. See. So when, depending upon where our attention is, if we are in the presence of Dakshina Murthy, or Bhava Roginam, this rog, bhog, yog, roga, bhoga, yoga. Bhoga is indulging in the world. When you have enough of indulgence, one comes to yoga. What is yoga? He starts indulging in body, breath and mind. Depending, yoga, pranayam and dharana dhyan. Then comes bhoga, yoga, what did I say? Roga, bhoga, roga, yoga. If we indulge in the world too much, bhoga, it will lead to roga. I should not have brought the yoga first. First is yoga. Bhoga, roga. You go. Too much thinking required. So, learn to not react to all these things. अभी इतना समझा के अभी भी हीटर चाहिए, हीटर नहीं चाहिए. पसीना आ रहा है, बैठो. It's a challenge. Find out. Everything has to be perfect. Only 19 degrees. Only 21 degrees. I need chair with arms. This is what we are trying to bring ourselves out of. I'm just taking this particular incident as a trigger, that's all. But we are trying to transcend all this. If we are not practicing it in our daily life, then how will we move ahead? You know? So, bhoga leads to roga. So, where is the patience to not react to what life is presenting us? It will lead to roga. Rog means disease. Like in our place, one person, because I keep the temperature I don't put the heater on, but if it is on, it is at 18 or 19 degrees. This person bought the heater and he has got the room heated completely and the alarm started going. And I am hearing the sound. Where is it coming from? I went into his room. It is like a furnace. And then after a few days, I saw that. I told him also. Then one day he comes, my skin is so dry. I'm having eczema. I said, give that heater to me. I'll keep it in my room. Then he is smart. Then he brought a hot blanket, the electric blanket. He puts the electric blanket on and goes to sleep. Now he's got eczema on his back. If you put it on, he's sleeping on that. No patience no capacity to withstand the changing weather. Same thing with hunger, same thing with people, same thing with everything. Growth is possible when we stop reacting. That reaction is roga at psychological level. And when we stop reacting, then the possibility of yoga. Yoga means what? Union. Union of individuality and infinite. To recognize that you are the infinite, that possibility presents itself only when we have gone beyond bhoga and roga. And when we are becoming available to yoga, bhoga and roga will automatically melt away. Why? We are not available to it. Melt away does not mean that your disease will go away. You are not available to own the disease. You're not available to own the bhoga or the roga. So a sage, he is as comfortable in a palace as much as in a poor man's house. Because no desire. If someone takes him, okay. If someone poor fellow calls, also okay. See? Why? Where is the sage established? He is established in himself. Nidhaye sarva vidyanam vishaje bhavaroginam gurave sarva lokanam Dakshina Murthy namaha. Gurave sarva lokanam. He is the guru of all the lokas. What is the loka? Loka is the plane of experiences. What are the planes of experiences? This is from a relative standpoint. Bhur, bhuva, swaha, tapaha, janaha, maha, satyam. Satyam is the house of the creator. Bhu is earth. So there are 7 planes of creation which take you to the creator, and there are 7 levels of creation which bury you. So Tala, Sutala, Talatala, it goes, I can't remember all the names. Last is Patala. Patala is below your feet. In your Patala. So where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? If you are continuously, so there is life. Now we are talking about life. Life is expressing in these 14 planes. 14 planes. There are beings in every plane. So just like we have beings here, there are beings in the various lower worlds also. There are Rakshasas, Asuras. Science is also saying there is some underground life. They are finding new creatures coming out of the depths of the ocean which they have never discovered. They have just, in the news it was there, they found such a big, huge foot of some printed. Oh, itna bada, who will be such a person whose such a big foot is imprinted? Then there are, if you watch videos, पता नहीं मेरे को कहाँ से आ जाते हैं, कोई लोग भेजते रहते हैं. There is a video in India and Europe where they have seen huge, you may call him Yeti or whatever, but huge fellows walking on the edge of the mountains. Bigfoot, but it's not only Bigfoot, it's even bigger than that. In front of him, you are only this much compared to his head. Such a big skull. And they got photographs, they got videos. But nobody has ever seen that person. Seen means come close to that. Kha jayega usko. From far away only they have been able to grab them. They are also careful, they might not. But so there are many hidden things. They talk about Atlantis, underground world. Many things are there which we don't know. Similarly, there is the god of the world of the Gandharvas, the musicians, celestial musicians. There is the world of the Siddhas. There is the world of the Indra. There is the world of the ancestors. There is the world of the Guru. Siddhas are the Gurus. And there is the world of the Creator. So in this way, I'm just giving you a few pointers that there are all these worlds, and in every world there are gross, subtle, even more subtle. There are different beings. How can there be subtle beings? Has anyone come across a ghost? Come with me to India, I'll tell you, I'll show you. Then you will start believing it. I went, myself and Nagi went. We were going to meet Anubhavananji somewhere, and I had gone to a Ayurveda ashram, and then Nagi came. He said, I want to travel with you, we'll go somewhere. So he had a friend, he has given the car. So we went, someone told me about one master. He was taken by the couple as they went to the tea shop somewhere on the roadside and they were looking for some servant in the house. In India, it was common. Nowadays, they are demanding more, but that time it was common. And they said, "Oh, we have got this young boy, he's orphan, he doesn't know where to his parents." So they asked, "Will you come and live with us? Will you come and help?" He says, "Yes." He was cute, nice, everything. Lay. He started, but they were Sai Baba devotees. They will be having every Thursday Sai Baba bhajans, kirtan. And this child, as he was growing up, cooking, cleaning, wiping, washing, and slowly the Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram went into his head. From his head it went into his heart and he became a saint. Then that couple who had employed him, they were falling at his feet. See, all these things only. And then he went away, he renounced that family, and someone told me about him, and I went searching for him in Trichy. Trichur, Guruvayur ke paas kaun sa hai? Trichur. I went to Trichur. And he's got a Dattatreya temple there, and myself and Nagi, we are sitting there for 3 hours. And what is happening? He is sitting there on his throne, and he's got the Trishul. And the moment he does this, someone, about 200-300 people sitting there, all from the villages close by or from the city, someone will go. The head will turn, the eyes will roll, and they will get into such contortions of that normal person cannot take that position in the body. Even a yogi cannot take that position. Adept yogi also cannot take those positions. And these persons, they get into that trance or something, or sometimes who is expressing? That time he explained, these are all pishachas, or they are the ghosts who have taken possession of their body. And they come here so that they want freedom from them. Don't we have thought fixations? Don't we have phobias? Where are phobias? Only in your mind. It's a figment of your imagination. What? Spider? Don't show me. Don't even take that name. Isn't it? Some of you. Lizard. Just thinking of it, a slimy little thing. If it falls on, it comes and touches also. These are all phobias. But these things happen. When we are talking about relativity, these 14 worlds are there. Why they are there? Scriptures are saying it. Now slowly, and it has been revealed to the masters also. So all beings, point is, all beings in this 14 worlds, who Dakshina Murthy is their guru. Dakshina Murthy is their guru. Where are these 14 worlds? Are they outside or are they inside? I'm asking. How? Good. So whole world is in your mind. So all these 14 lokas are in the world. Gross, subtle world, whatever. But the whole world is only a concept of your mind, only a projection of your mind. So all the 14 lokas, just like in the dream, all the people on the dream are in your mind. Similarly, all these worlds are nothing but in your mind. So once you come in front of the Lord, Dakshinamurti, at that very moment, all the 14 worlds are shift deleted. That is called purification. Bhavaroginam. They're cleared. Because mind is no longer there to trouble you, to persecute you. How do you do it? Dakshina Murthaye Namaha. How do you do it? Some support. So the next verse. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. So, Om Namah Pranavarthaya. How do you connect with Dakshina Murthy? through Om. Another name for Om is Pranava. Lot of people put their child's name as Pranava. But they through that Pranava they don't remember the infinite. They remember the form of the child. People used to give the name of gods to their children so that they remember God. In today's time, they remember the child through that name, that he is God. See, outward exposure of our mind will not lead to any solution. That if you are named it Pranava, that the moment you say Pranava, it must be a immediate inward abidance. The moment you think of sleep, you are absorbed into sleep. The moment you say Pranava, so what we were doing today is meditation. We are doing this Om, isn't it? That is Pranava. So I explained in a practical and what happens at the various stages and how through those stages you can come back to the conscious principle, to the witnessing consciousness. Say, what is this Om? If you want to know more about Om, we are in last 2-3 lectures we have talked about in Kathopanishad on Wednesdays. So Om is that which is a symbol for the relative as well as the absolute. Om is that which is inclusive of the entire creation. Entire creation is waking, dream and deep sleep. Om is A, U and Ma. A is waking, U is dream, Ma is deep sleep. And if you see Om, it is written Om, so it's like a 3, so waking, dream, deep sleep, and then it has got a half moon on top, and then there is a dot. The half moon is, this part is the half moon. So you go beyond the mind, raise yourself up to the half moon, then you go beyond that to the point. That point is where if you drill a hole through your fontanel and you drill a hole through here, where they meet, that is the Brahmarandra. And there also it doesn't stop. It goes on because that's the continuous sound of the creation. It's the continuous sound which you cannot stop. And that you are. You can't hear that sound, but it is the constant throb. It is the constant. It's not even I stand corrected. It is not even a throb. Throb means which comes and goes. Throb means which has a up and down. Throb means where there is a flux. But Pranava is not a flux. It is our nature. And that Om is this Dakshina Murthy. That Om is our pure consciousness. And by taking support of this Om through Dakshina Murthy or through Om, you can Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnana Eka Murtaye. Shuddha Jnana. What is Shuddha? Pure. Jnana, knowledge. Murtaye, form. Simple words. So what is Shuddha? That which is free of all impurity. Ho gaya time. Which is free of, we conclude this, and which is free of all impurity. So what is that? So here it is talked about Shuddha Jnana. How can knowledge be free of all impurity? If you are thinking of thought knowledge, conceptual knowledge, there will be always impurity of objectification. What is Shuddha Jnana, which is free of all impurity? It is your essential nature. That is Om. That is Dakshina Murthy. That is the silence, conscious silence, not inert silence. Shuddha Jnana, and that is his form. Murtaye. Shuddha Jnana Eka Murtaye. And this can be accessed. He himself is, so here Namaha, when it is written, my salutations to that Om, which is also known as Pranava, who is nothing but the Dakshina Murthy, and we have studied now enough verses to know that it is our essential nature. Nirmalaya Prashantaya. Nirmalaya, again, Mala means dirt. Nirmala, absolutely pure. Again, one more thing I want to add, that Shuddha Jnana. Shuddha Jnana is thought-free knowledge. Shuddha Jnana is thought-free knowledge. When you know yourself as the consciousness without thinking of yourself as Atma, as Satchidananda, as whatever. No word, yet you are. Yet you are. That is Shuddha Jnana. It doesn't require any objectification. Nirmalaya Prashantaya. And therefore, this Dakshina Murthy is free of all errors, free of all dirt. Therefore, Nirmalaya. And nothing can, even if the dirt is there in the world, in the creation, it doesn't touch him. So what do you do when the pollen season comes? What do you do? Every morning you take a cup of cold milk and drink it. It will create a lining around your throat inside. Pollens come, this without affecting your throat, they go away. Simple. Ayurvedic treatment. डॉक्टर क्या बोलेंगे? टेक दिस मेडिसिन, टेक दैट मेडिसिन, डू वो गार्गल विद दैट. व्हाट इज दैट थिंग? कौन सा वो? हाँ, बेटाडीन. अरे बाप रे, इट्स लाइक आई एम टेकिंग पॉइजन. आई कांट हैंडल दैट. बट ऑल दिस केमिकल्स यू वांट टू पुट इन. बट हियर सिंपल मिल्क creates a layer over your throat inside, and जितना भी whatever, आपका गला कितना बड़ा है? Few sips is enough as long as it covers it. And if it after a few hours it affects, take a little, 2-3 sips more. And I have practiced, I have worked it out, because it used to affect me. For many years it did not affect, but suddenly a few years ago it started. When I am mowing the lawn, I used to lose my voice only. So I started doing this. Yes, I used to do salt water gargle also at night, but in the morning I'll just take that. Or if before I'm lawn mowing, I take the bit of milk. Clear. It doesn't affect. Nirmalaya. So even though, can I stop the pollens from coming? No. So can the creation, because when we are talking about Dakshina Murthy, this is at, if we are talking Murtaya, it is at the relative. So even if the world is there, that world cannot touch Dakshina Murthy. In other words, the world which is in our mind has got no capacity to touch, influence, or stick to the conscious principle that we are. And therefore, Prashantaya is supreme peace. Ashanti leads to Shanti. These are opposite to each other. So, you have peace in sleep, then again Ashanti in dream and waking, then again go to sleep, again Shanti. So, Shanti, Ashanti, Shanti, Ashanti, Shanti, Ashanti. Peace, no peace, peace, no peace, peace, no peace. When you transcend beyond the two, then you come to Prashanti. Prashanti is our abode of Satya Sai Baba, Prashanti Nilayam. He built that in Puttaparthi, Prashanti Nilayam. Transcendental peace, which does not increase or decrease. It ever remains the same. Just like Pranava ever remains the same in its essence. It ever remains the same. Prashanti ever remains the same. Shuddha Jnana ever remains the same. Dakshina Murthy ever remains the same. Purna. Who else ever remains the same? Our self, essential self, ever remains the same. All that ever remains the same. Are these many things? No, they are one only. This we have to, this Dakshina Murthy will help us realize, or you become available to the conscious principle, it will make us realize, it will reveal. Prashantaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. To that Dakshina Murthy, my salutations. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just few moments. Hari Om.